Speaker, the last 2 weeks I've spoken to Canadians in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador and Prince Edward Island, and they've shared with me the stories about how they're going to be impacted by these tax changes. Now, Mr. Speaker, I met Andrew, who is an apple farmer in New Brunswick, and he explained to me that his problem is this, that he will at some point in time, because of this impact, choose between his employees and his families. Now, Mr. Speaker, I don't think that under the minister's plan, Andrew being in a case where he has to think about one or the other is very fair. And I want to know why the finance minister is forcing Andrew to pay a 73% tax that not even millionaire owners of more now.
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, as I've said, we are looking towards a system that does not encourage wealthy Canadians to incorporate, so they have a lower tax rate than middle-class Canadians. What we're trying to make sure is that people can invest in their business over the long term. That's our goal. We're certainly listening to people across the country to make sure that they will continue to invest in business, to create jobs, and to ensure that we have a healthy economy for this generation and the next. But the next generation, like this generation, deserves a fair tax system.
Honourable member for Milton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in one ear and out the other. That's what kind of listening we're having there. CFIB released figures showing that 2/3 of Canadian small and local businesses make less than $73,000 a year, Mr. Speaker. 2/3 of Canadians. Now, this just in. Interestingly enough, yesterday, Mr. Speaker, Morneau Chappelle declared a cash dividend to shareholders. Now, I'm wondering, why is the finance minister forcing small businesses to pay a 73% tax when even the millionaire owners and shareholders of Morneau Chappelle will not have that on their dividend?
Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, again, what we believe is important.
Order. The Honourable Minister of Finance. Order. The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, again, we want to make sure that our system is fair. We want to make sure that it doesn't encourage people to incorporate wealthy Canadians so they have a lower tax rate than middle-class Canadians. We also want to make sure that we don't have a situation where some people that are, frankly, very well compensated pay a lower tax rate than others. The members opposite may be comfortable with that because that's a system that they were in before this government came into power. But we know that a fair system requires all Canadians to find themselves in a situation where they can actually have opportunities that should be available to all Canadians.